think one of the things that's really refueled my fire and my passion and my commitment to what I'm doing right now is just seeing the amount of need increase even more. So especially with, the things and the people that we work with and provide resource for, Nadia, is like, okay, so before all of this COVID stuff, women are only 2% of venture capital funding, and, a much lower percent of $1 million revenue per year businesses, and just some different challenges. Well, now with COVID, and especially with, families with children and financial, all different things, last month alone, 80% of the people that had to leave the workforce due to COVID related, whether it was childcare needs or virtual schooling or helping with a family member, whatever, 865,000 women had to leave the workforce. 25% of the businesses that have been eliminated due to COVID related economic impact are women-owned businesses.
Wow.
It's just like such a bigger impact on women, and it's taking back, like 10 years of progress that women have made in the workforce and in entrepreneurship. So organizations that provide resources and support and services and funding like you do to women and women entrepreneurs and women that have big ideas, especially with the opportunity for that flexibility, because women aren't dropping out because they aren't hard workers. They're not dropping out because they don't have professional aspirations. They're dropping out because guess what? If they need to be, like we were talking about, in the office 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they have kids that now have virtual school and need to be at home from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., like that job's not going to work anymore. So they still want to get in, and there's going to be a huge amount, in my opinion, if I look in my crystal ball, there's going to be a huge resurgence of women entrepreneurs that are more motivated than ever, but they're not going to be working during those traditional hours. They're going to be working when their kids are taking a nap, or they're going to be working before their kids get up, or they're going to be working late at night, because we're smart, we're hard workers, we know how to get it all done, but it needs to be on our schedule. So the motivation is other people, and being like, I can fill a need and make an impact where other people, are being hit hard by something right now that's out of their control. So what can I do to give back? And then secondly, connecting to people like you or other women that share similar goals and aspirations. And even when you take a hard hit, or you're feeling down, or your hearing knows, or whatever it is, talking to people like you that have those same goals and be like, keep going. This is awesome. This is why we need it. This is what I'm doing. It's also exciting to me. So I think knowing your need and what your impact is or can be, and then connecting with other people that share that interest and passion and motivation. And even if it needs to be virtual right now, we can meet in person over coffee or a beer or something and high five about all of our success when it's allowed.
That's why I asked, how do you stay motivated? And so thinking of the need is absolutely one way to keep pushing you forward. Another way that I go about inspiring myself is tracking my progress. And so I always share with folks that I have this thing called a good things jar. And so when something good happens, I think this is particularly useful in 2020. When something good happens, write it down and put it in the jar. And then when you're having a bad day, or life sucks for whatever reason, take a look at that jar. Remind yourself of the progress that you've made, or how awesome you are, or how awesome your company is, and just remind yourself of what it is that you're doing and why. And again, I think that just serves as a really, really good motivator.
I think that's a great example, and I think it resonates with me for sure, because I know I have really big goals and a big vision, and I feel like other people, like yourself, that have these big picture things that they want to accomplish, it's really easy to fall into that, you're not, at least for me, I'm not doing enough yet, or nothing is the things I'm doing are not enough yet, because I always have my eye on this big vision or big goal. So I think it is really important and valuable to track the progress. And hey, I started a podcast. Hey, I did an event with 10 people. Now it's 25 people. Now it's 30 people. I gave $1,000. Now it's 10,000. Tracking those milestones and giving yourself credit, I think is a really great point. So I'm going to have to steal that from you.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Good